Even though it's weird because we started streaming and it won't be until like 30 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Either way, either way. So there we go. Let's go bring that down in sound. So one sec, boys. Yo, guys, what's going on? So today is the big event of Cobra Fermantes versus Easy TAC-Team. This is the Hell Let Loose event live. Obviously, there will be a little bit of a delay. You guys are going to be watching this 30 minutes behind us. But, of course, we will be trying to catch this all live action, all of this type of stuff. You guys, hopefully in the future, we'll be able to, like, change this up a bit. But this is all just a test. Welcome to the stream. How's it going, guys? Today, we are joined with Joe and Puctus. These two are both streamers as well, and of course I'll let them go ahead and shout out their names and all this type of stuff whilst I go grab their Twitches.
What up, guys? My name is Puctus. I play mainly Hell Let Loose and some other games here and there. But my Twitch is twitch.tv/Puctus. Come check me out and we'll have a good time.
Awesome.
Hey, Joe.
What's happening, lad? Yeah. Hi, guys. My name's Joe, and my Twitch name is twitch.tv/BigJoe97. Can hop over and check me out. I also play Hell Let Loose and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas multiplayer, which is a strange one.
It is a bit of an odd one. Yeah,
whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Yeah, it's almost like we're kind of just different streamers, but kind of come together in for easy. Oh, it's crazy! It's crazy. Yeah, no, Joe. By the way, it won't show me that I'm live yet because I got a 30-minute delay.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so I just went in. This is gonna be really weird, dude. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of a big learning point for a lot of us. Right, but yeah, so. We're gonna be covering the Hell Let Loose League. This isn't like a big league or anything like this. This is little league type stuff. Cobra Fermantes versus Easy TAC-Team. This is different to the usual ones. So what's the usual ones that happen, dude?
The usual ones are 49v49s, and today we are casting a 35v35. So there's a few less players, so some rules are different. One rule that is main in 35v35s is you can't attack Artie. So Artie will always be shelling the point and causing mayhem, but I'm pretty sure there's only one Artie allowed. And also, I think that only 2 tanks are allowed. So it is there's a very different game mode, but it is still basically just Hell Let Loose on a smaller scale.
So, wait. Yeah, no, very different game mode. So, only 2 tanks. Does that mean that they have to be limited on what type of tanks? Or can they have whatever tanks they wanted? Like, if they wanted to take 2 lights out, they could do that. If they wanted to take 2 heavies out, they could do that.
It's whatever tanks you want. And okay. I'm pretty sure it is only 2 tanks, but that I could be wrong about that. Yeah. That's what I was hearing last night.
This is kind of a different thing. Like usually with these types of events and everything, usually they're streaming. Oh, the leagues are 45v45, where it is. So what are the big rules of 45v45 then compared to like this?
There's really no rules for 49s. It's 49s.
Oh, it's 49s. Jeez.
And yeah, because there's one streamer on each side normally. But the only rule is like no cheating. Everything else pretty much goes in 49s.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is gonna be interesting. So for everybody who's watching, obviously this is gonna be a little bit odd. We will kind of try to interact with the chat and everything. However, it will be difficult. Because of course, obviously, we're not ignoring you or anything like that. It's just you are 30 minutes behind us. So you guys will be watching this video and we'll probably already be in the game doing stuff. It'll look a little bit odd, but we'll see what we can do. The main thing is when it comes to this and everything, this is learning experience for myself, Joe included, and Puctus, to the best of my knowledge. All 3 of us have never done anything like this?
Nope, this is, I think, all of our first times doing this.
Yeah, there we go. So this is like bear with us. We're gonna make a few mistakes. I think we'll try not to fuck up too much. The main thing is though is that I'm gonna be controlling the main camera, the main admin camera, and all this. I'll be trying to get all the high angle shots, trying to make sure that I can cover as much of the battle and everything as possible. Puck is going to be in a secondary camera, moving around the area, and all this. He'll be able to see if there's any big flanks that we should be paying attention to. We'll be able to ask him any questions about what Easy might be doing or what Cobra for Montez might be using to try and counter it and all of this type of stuff. Joe is joining us. He's going to be the main guy paying attention to the chat and all this. Obviously, we can't interact with you guys live, but we will try and, like, if there's any questions that you guys ask that we think are good, we'll be able to ask that in the stream and then, of course, cover it. But at the exact same time, Joe's also going to be our third commentator. He's the real guy because he's got this beautiful voice. You'll love it, I swear. But yeah.
Thank you.
I can't help myself. I can't help myself. So yeah, throughout it all, it'll be interesting. How much longer have we got until this whole course starts?
It should be 2 minutes until they switch, but they're still waiting on players on Axis. They're still waiting for about 4 players on Axis.
Alrighty then. What I'm gonna just go do quickly then is I'm just gonna go ahead and chuck in a nice big transition. The map hasn't changed yet, has it?
No, it's still on SME.
All right.
And by the way, the reason they are asking me about the strategies and stuff is because I am actually a TAC-Team member. Yeah. I'm just casting for this game.
He's a show-off.
I guess.
No, he's the big brain. So Puck actually knows a lot more of the guys in Easy TAC-Team and all this type of stuff. He'll understand a little bit more about what, like, you know, the commander is trying to do, how the teams will operate, how the squads will operate. People will have specific roles, specific jobs. This will be the first time I've ever actually seen artillery being used correctly, which is something that doesn't usually happen. Usually in, I don't know about anybody else, but I know whenever I try to play Hell Let Loose, you'll sometimes get one guy on an artillery piece.
Well, I'm not gonna say what Easy's gonna do, but I don't know. It might be something to look at.
So what is your role within the TAC-Team, Pucktus?
Right now I play a flex member. So there's a line squad that I'm a part of, but then there's 2 flanking SLs and 2 defense SLs that are solo SLs. So then when they get a good OP up for either attacking or defense when it's needed, I will rotate through and I'll go mess them up from the back line.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So what are the different roles? Obviously, coming from a regular game position, right? What are the different roles and everything that you would have in Hell Let Loose leagues?
The majority of the team is normally in a line squad, and that is like trying to form a line with the rest of the squads so that the other team can't break through them. Because once you break through, it's pretty hard to deal with them if they have good OP spots and good Gary spots, and people are just in areas that are not able to be pushed out of very easily. And so you really want a line to be able to hold them back while you're either retreating and not letting them like just fully push you through, or you are trying to get like a good push on a point. So, and then there's also tankers, which are obviously in tanks, and then you have recon, which they're either going for their arty, but that won't be in play today. So they're mainly going to be on the line as well. And then there's also defense, and defense is, you know, just there's one squad normally on the point playing, just roaming around trying to not let people get into the cap sector. And then there's a few rear guard. Rear guard is a solo SL on the defense side, and they're mainly looking for infantry movement and airheads and supplies that are coming down on the defense side. So that's a very important role if you want to be able to hold the point is your rear guard because they're the ones running around destroying airheads, destroying OPs, and trying to find attacking areas and stuff. And then another thing is flanking SLs. Flanking SLs are the attacking solo SLs, so they are trying to go get up attacking OPs, attacking Garys, and then they'll call in their flex members, which are spread out through the line, and then they fill up their squad and then they start pushing onto the point. That is normally how it is played. There's also some more squad hopping involved, and squad hopping is just one player goes to another squad where he's needed. That can be anyone on the team pretty much. There's a lot of technical stuff that goes into the comp matches and stuff like that.
Sounds like it.
It sounds very tactical. It sounds like there's a
Yeah.
lot going on. I'm not gonna lie. A lot more than I even realized was going on.
Yeah, there's a lot, and everyone normally plays their role pretty well, so kind of hard to get a push going there. I mean, depending on if you're able to take advantages of the holes that the other team has, there can be a lot going on that could cause a team to either get a point or lose a point that's probably not being seen.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this, man. I've never. This is my first time watching a competitive Hell Let Loose game live.
Live, yeah, no. Well, it's kind of live. This is the first time I've watched a few Hell Let Loose like leagues. There's usually a little bit of like I'm not gonna lie, I'm still very nervous about this entire thing because of course I don't think I come across as much more of a caster or a commentator than just some idiot with a camera and a PC who can do this.
And a
yeah.
goatee.
And a goatee and goatee and beard. Although it doesn't look as good as your goatee though, Puck.
Okay.
I can't help myself. And the luscious long locks.
Yeah.
I can't help myself. You do have some good hair. So once again, guys, for everybody who is going to be like joining us and all this type of stuff, I will be dropping Pucktis and Joe's links in the chat every now and again when, of course, everything's running. Just so you guys can go check him out. Obviously, if you like Pucktis's voice, go and give him a follow and all this. As I said, he's got long, luscious flowing locks, and he's actually got a really nice goatee. He's also going to be doing Jack Sparrow for Halloween. Although I think once he's done it, like we'll just try and keep him in that role. I don't think you'll have much of an excuse.
Just Jack Sparrow all the time.
Just all the time. You're gonna rename you from Pucktis to Jack Sparrow.
Okay.
But not
Jack
Captain.
Sparrow too.
But yeah, Jack Sparrow
Jack...
2.0.
Yeah.
Because Johnny, yeah, I'm not going to go into that. And then, of course, the other one is going to be Joe as well. Joe has this fucking beautiful fucking voice. He's one of the only Scotsmen that I know that I can actually understand. Somewhat.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, no, like you've already replaced multiple Scotsmen, multiple Scottish people in my community. I know that much. And of course, yeah, no, stuff them. We can barely understand them. You're just better, bro.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's nice.
I'm still not used to this.
Hitting you with slang words and putting on my proper accent. You probably not understand.
Now, I'm not going to lie to everyone. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bit scared about how this is all going to work because, of course, obviously the delay. I've never done this before, but we should be running at 60 frames per second. I should have turned this up in quality. I should have turned this up in quality. I should have done this in much better video quality. I'm a terrible person. Terrible person. Do you think it's too late to restart? But yeah, no, it's running in 720p, 60 FPS. I'm watching the delay timer and everything. It'll be finishing in about 930 seconds, so not too much longer.
15. Yeah, we still got about 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, good. Do you know if they've actually changed the map or anything yet?
Nope, still SME.
So for those guys, so those of you who don't know, obviously I've got Hell Let Loose up in the background. This is just being, oh my days. This is just a big Discord view of the three of us because, of course, we can't just chat whilst there's some brilliant, amazing, royalty-free, old-timey music playing in the background, which these two can't hear because they don't need to hear it. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I should have put some like Betty Boop and some electro swing and everything, make it real fancy.
Real fancy.
Oh, dude, I love getting it real fancy. So, here's a better question. Obviously, some of the people who will be watching today don't know too much about like Hell Let Loose and all this. What do you guys want to go ahead and say about what is Hell Let Loose? What is the basic idea of Hell Let Loose? What differentiates the actual game to a league and all of this type of stuff? And what is easy? What is Cobra for Mantez? What is all of these types of things?
Well, Hell Let Loose is a 50v50 player-driven open map FPS. There's really not much more to that. But in public matches, also known as pubs, everyone doesn't know their role. So there's going to be a lot of more confusion, probably a lot more people pushing from the same direction. And in league matches, that's really not done. By the way, it just did swap to FOY Night, so they're probably going live. Yeah, Easy Company is just a gaming community that we play games, and we have a TAC-Team.
All right, so sorry, as you said, it's all going in. All right, I'm gonna right because of that, I'm gonna go run a little transition intro, guys. We'll catch you in just a moment. Hopefully, by the time the intro is finished, we will have the map up and running, and of course, it will all be there. So let's catch you inside. Catch you in a sec. All right, so I've created it. Am I meant to join a random one, or of course I'm meant to join Rimmo's? Brinjos. Are you two in?
I'm in.
I'm here. I'm not in the server. I don't think I have to be, do I?
No, you don't. I will be joining back. I did not mean to hit that button.
I think we're good. There's always a little delay.
We're out of supplies here.
Okay, I'm in.
Hey, Devin, whenever you can, kick Zombie from the squad.
Right, go ahead and let myself leave
I'll
that.
have to do it after I die.
Yep.
All right, there you go. Have you got the view of that,
Yep.
Joe?
I do not.
If you check the Discord, I should be streaming it right now. You should be able to see my account, my video.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
There we go.
I'm gonna share mine now.
All right, so of course it's all coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the music. Bring this stuff around.
Game is live in 15 seconds.
And is this the correct map that they're playing on?
Yep, so this is FOY Night. And there we go. We got it starting in just a moment. Here you go, everybody. So, of course, this is Cobra for Montez versus Easy TAC-Team. Let's go ahead and run
same
on
thing,
over.
Bryn, we're gonna set the garrison up there.
Go and turn that
Turn
down.
your voice volume down.
Yeah,
or your
no, I just did.
unit volume.
So there we go. Obviously, this is FOY. This is the map here that we've got going on. As you can see, you've got all these troops over here. So you got your main points are going to be Cobra Approach, FOY, Dugout Barn, Eastern Orther, and Forest Outskirts. We're going to go ahead and make our way over to the first line. Here we go.
It does look like Easy TAC-Team does already have pressure on point. Yeah, they're already at the barn.
So they're at the barn, and of course, it looks like Easy's actually got the most troops and everything on straight on that point. It looks like Cobra's taking a little bit of time to move up to it. Easy's gonna have a huge stronghold over this because, of course, they've obviously got the most number of individuals who are straight over that. Oh,
Ooh,
a brilliant! Sorry, yeah.
Rocket just blew up a truck. That was a great rocket. That's going to be a really big move from Easy.
It looked like that was a rocket from Zed Blacksky, I believe.
Yeah,
Massive, and there goes another rocket coming out. I think that was another one from Zed Blacksky, bringing it a massive hit. Obviously,
the only push CF has right now is on this main road on the western side of the point. They have no one on the eastern side.
Looks like Easy's got a very good coverage over this point. CFs looks like they're holding back quite a bit. They've got what looks like a very strong forces of their machine gunners are set up along the back lines. I'm going to be covering this from the Axis side.
It looks like Easy is going to take the point right off the rip.
Uncontested as well. It looks like CF's only got one squad that's right there trying to hold it. I'm gonna just try and get a little bit of vision down on this little CF squad that's right up here. Looks like Easy has a J-Guz, Devilish, Surge, and Appleseed, along with Ocean. There you go, there's that first point taken.
And it is already contested because they got CF has a large push coming in from the south. They probably have a Gary somewhere in eastern already that they're using to counter the initial push on Dugout.
Looks like they're trying to move their light. It looks like a... I can't see what that is. Is that a Stuart? No, that's a Sherman. That's a medium Sherman from CF coming in around the side. Trying to flank. Have we got any tanks coming in from Easy? Looks like there's a Lux right here.
That Sherman, if that Sherman sees that Lux, that should be a clear win for the Sherman.
Well, it looks like Easy's trying to take out that Sherman with some anti-armor troops. But it looks like CF's just struggling. They can't seem to get anything on it. There you go, a lovely shot from there, from anti-tank there.
And that rocket actually pinned the front, and that tank just went down. That's a very good tank. That came from a different big gun German tank. I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's on the main road.
There you go, there's the main road. That looks like a Panzer 4?
Yeah, Panzer 4. And it looks like that was commanded by Duck Saws, crewed by Zoomer and Spooby taking out the Sherman.
Hey, I like it, I like it, I like it. Looks like Easy is still holding this point really well, but they're not exactly able to push it here. Cobra's unable to push up either. Looks like they're kind of held in this point. Very good use of flares and everything right now.
It does look like Cheap Squad over to the west is going to be applying pressure from the far west. They got Cooper up in a hopper, imaging down on CF's forces moving up. And if CF isn't able to take that out, that's going to be a real big problem for CF later down the line.
Looks like we got a truck from Easy moving up. It looks like a supply truck, I'm guessing. Looks like CF's not making a whole lot of moves here. There's no flanking going on. Oh, I've just noticed this. We've actually got some Easy members who are actually flanking at the moment. Looks like I'm guessing they're trying to put some some, you know, a little bit of force down along the flanks here. Just reminding CF that they are here. They're not just in one spot. Brilliant movement by Easy right now.
But the that flanking squad does have a solo SL to its south. Oh, with another SL and an AT guy to its south. If they're able to take out this Easy squad, that's going to be a very big win for CF.
What would that mean for CF if they take that Easy squad out?
The area that the Easy squad is in has a lot of map control. And if CF is able to take them out, the Cobra will take that map control, which could lead to them starting a flank to the north.
Oh damn! Looks like three brave soldiers are just kind of
try and hold that spot.
Yeah.
It looks like there's actually it looks like it is a full squad over here from CF moving up. It looks like that is a command outpost, actually, a command post there set up at this point. Brilliant location, really helpful for like future pushes and everything. But I think it's actually, you know what I think it is? I think CF has actually set up more of a defensive line here. I'm just moving the camera over, coming over just above Eastern Orthe. Just to watch what's happening from CF's point of view here.
So controlling these trees to the west of Eastern Outlet will be a very big point to hold, because that is really Easy's only main flank. Unless if they go all the way around, but they will be out of the 2x2 that they can set up OPs. So this row of trees on this road is going to be a very big problem if Easy is not able to clear that out.
So it looks like they're not so much pushing on this. Which squad did you say that was again over there? With B, Cheap, and Cooper.
It is Cheap squad.
It is Cheap squad, and of course it looks like the three of them are holding it very well. It looks like there's two squads over there, to the best of my knowledge. It might also be like there's a recon squad coming from CF. Oh, it looks like they've actually gone and brought in a 76. Don't know if you can see this, but there's a 76 flanking along this side here.
That 76 might be a problem for Cheap Squad. Oh, and it looks like Cheap Squad did get a Gary up, and they have a squad pushing into the trees. That might be a very, very good play from Easy if they're able to take it. Oh, and they're starting to fry people in the trees. They've already killed 3 people in those trees. That's gonna be, oh, 4 people.
There you go, so they're holding it really well. Sorry, I'm just coming back over to this main fight over here. Obviously, you've got what looks like Easy is trying to have a little bit of a push here, pushing towards the Eastern, just to try and put on some pressure and everything. By the looks of it, they've got a Lux that has been brought up. Looks like he's just slightly retreating there, possibly for a better position and everything. You've got Trip, Ocean, and what looks like Brinjar, Ruthless, and Appleseed, all trying to push up along this nice little line here. I'm gonna go and try and get some better view and everything from these boys over here.
So with that initial take that Easy took, and then they were able to hold it, they were able to push up pretty much almost to the eastern cap zone, which if CF isn't able to take care of, they're gonna have a pretty big problem.
Well, I'm much lower down now. I'm actually looking at this from a little bit more of a human viewpoint, and of course obviously this 76 has got a brilliant view on Easy as they're trying to push up and everything. It's very much open, no man's land here, very open and everything. Easy's gonna have to stick to every single bit of cover they can. Hopefully though they will notice the 76 that's hiding in the trees to try and do something about it, but we don't know.
It does look like CF is still holding those trees, so that's gonna be a big fight for Eastern. If they lose these trees, that's going to be really hard to hold Eastern for long. But their Gary is still up, so they still have a Gary up by those trees. So if Easy is able to take that out, that's going to be a very big win.
There you go. Getting a little bit of a higher view and everything to try and see what's going on here. Brilliant use of flares and everything again. It looks like one of the Axis tanks has actually been destroyed. I haven't got any eyes on it. The Lux is still up and causing as much damage as it can to CF members. Obviously, what's going on behind us over here is it looks like there is it Cheap Squad who is trying to push up, trying to put a little bit of pressure on that flank for CF. But it still doesn't mean
looks like Pisces is a little further ahead, and it looks like a CF member is tailing him. He knows of Pisces' position, but I think Pisces... Oh, no, Pisces,
yep, Pisces has
killed.
being killed, yep. It looks like there's a recon squad there that's just going to use a flare. This is going to show all of the location of easy members and all this type of stuff. They're right there, just being noticed and everything. It looks like they've actually building a anti-tank gun by B. This will be really useful if they can try and get eyes on that 76 again, which looks like it's fallen back behind the tree line, and it's actually helping out the CF members who are being flanked here.
Yeah, so this tank is looking towards the infantry that is flanking to the west of Eastern. And the German rocket launcher cannot pin a heavy tank from the front, unless if it's straight on. But they are moving, so that they might get a cheeky little shot in its side, but it's still a pretty far shot. And that rocket just missed it.
Just missed it. So, of course, I got eyes on the 76 right now. Just watch that rocket go straight past. It just goes to show that Easy is paying attention. They know what's out there.
Is he already taking damage?
No, it looks like the 76 is pretty much fine. Alright, gonna break away from him. Oh, some beautiful artillery from Easy there. Just nailing one of the CF members in Eastern. Looks like Easy's actually trying to push up, so with a little bit of force on this flank, CF's noticing it, and it looks like their defensive line has been dropped. It's been weakened a lot, but Easy's just unable to push it anymore.
At this point in time, Easy is really just trying to hold the push north of Eastern while the rest of the team wraps around, and then they're gonna probably try to close in on them. So that's gonna be something to keep your eyes out for. Let's go ahead and look at the map so that we can see where the map control is or isn't.
So at the moment, by the looks of it, it looks like Easy's actually set up a garrison. You're gonna have to let me know about what obviously is happening on the Allies side, but it looks like Easy's actually set up garrisons in very good little points. We've got a garrison set up in E4, in F4, G4, and in I think that's an H4, as well as it looks like we got a garrison set up in H5 and F5, and in F6 actually.
So it does look like TF has a Gary up in Eastern. They have a Gary up south of in the trees of Eastern, and then they have a Gary up in H9 and G9. But they don't have any wide flanking Garys in like E9, E8 area or E7 area. That could be a very big problem for them in the future. But
looks like we've actually got. Sorry to cut you off, but it actually looks like we got another 76 coming in to join the battle. So we got two 76s now on the on CF side. They've also got a good grouping of some hidden anti-tank guns. But once again, their artillery from Easy is just doing a brilliant job. It looks like there's a Panzer IV coming in behind the Easy push. No, behind the CF push in the tree line.
What happened to that Lux? Where did he go?
Sorry. I don't know where the Lux went. The Lux might have been destroyed or in somewhere. There is actually an enemy airhead landing behind Western, but it does look like Toxic and Vandal have eyes on it, and they're gonna go take it out before they get a spawn wave off on it.
Let's go see about bringing this camera over there, just to see if they can at least get any people to go and spawn on that point. There you go, it's just landed.
Corner of, yep.
Dank Nugs and Whiskey are paying attention to it, but they are under fire. They have been seen.
That Gary is already warm. If they get a spawn wave off, that's going to be huge, but I don't think they will.
Nope, there you go. It's been taken down. No, it's still there by the looks of it.
It's still there.
It's still there.
Supplies and airhead are still there. Why Dank Nugs is running away? They're going to get a spawn wave off of it.
Looks like Surge is pushing back towards it.
It does look like Toxic does have an AT gun pointed directly at that.
There you go. We got Von Spree spawning on it. Massive little
instantly taken out.
airstrike from CF here, but it looks like Cobra Vash is actually flanked. Looks
If
like
Cobra is able to take out Whiskey Tango, that's going to be a big area, and he does. If Cobra is able to get an OP up in this area, that's going to be huge. They're over in Southern right now, so.
So there you go.
let's
It
look
looks
in
like
the
CF
trenches.
is actually making a very big push along that flank. Easy's trying to hold it. It looks like they have got a tank moving across it. I'm going to go quickly try and get some eyes on there.
So it does look like Cobra Vash
There is a
does not
Panzer
have an
IV.
OP up.
So there's a Panzer IV. It's taken quite a lot of damage. Is it going to be able to survive? I don't know. I don't know where he's being shot from. Oh, it was a Sherman. That's a Sherman? I guess that answers that question. It looks like there's
There
two
is
76s and a Sherman. There you go. That Sherman's just been taken out. The Panzer IV is still holding it, but of course what Easy has struggled to realize is that they don't know that they've actually gone past the CF members inside that tree line.
I'm sure they still know that there's people in that tree line. They're just trying to get a better angle to take them out. It looks like Zablacksky is trying to find an area to start popping his shots back to the north. And
So you got Me6 who's actually holding his own against another squad of CF there. I'm gonna go try get some eyes on him. Let's go see what's going on here.
Oh, he did just die, actually.
He did just die. Unfortunate.
But Pisces is still up back in their backlines. And I'm sure their OP is still as well.
So there you go.
But
We got
this,
a Panzer IV moving along this back line. He's going completely behind CF here.
There is a heavy tank to that German tank's northeast. So if that tank if this P4 is able to take out that tank, that's going to be a huge play. Here, actually, go ahead and check your map to see if that's a heavy or a medium.
Which one?
The P4 that we're looking at. To the south.
To the south? So there is... Sorry, which map coordinates?
It is in... Oh, let me find it. It is in...
Because if it's in G9, that is a medium. That is a Panzer IV
Okay, so yeah,
that's
is
pushing
P4.
up.
And their heavy tank just got taken out.
That was the 76
heavy
being
tank.
taken out.
By
Oh, Me6 is back
either
up.
Sasquatch or the P4. Yeah, they have an OP up in this building, but it does look like Vash is pushing up to that OP. If Mr. Meeseeks is not able to take out Vask, then they'll probably lose this map control. And it does look like Vash is taking out Meeseeks, so...
So I'm currently
That is
watching
the
this
win
Panzer
for-
IV. He's moving heavily around behind enemy lines right now. He is coming up behind CF, who are holding Eastern really well. And of course, yeah, he's taking a little bit of damage. It looks like they've actually got an outpost down at this point.
It does look like an enemy flare is above that tank, so they know exactly where it is. But it is moving, so hopefully CF, or Easy, is able to get out of harm's way. And they are precision. That is
a precision airstrike. Is it going to hit?
That is an easy precision airstrike,
That
and
was
it
a
takes
hit.
out. What was it? What was it? It was a. It was a 76. They just precisioned to 76.
So that was
That's gonna be a very big win for Easy.
So that was Easy's precision airstrike then?
Yes.
All right, nice. So I'm just watching this Panzer IV moving up behind Eastern, currently taking out multiple CF members right now. Of course, it's taken a little bit of damage, but it looks like they are doing a brilliant job holding this.
They just rolled past an AT guy. That's
They
going to be a
did.
very big problem for Ducksaws.
They've taken some damage.
Commander of the P4. But they are
Oh,
able
a
to
beautiful
live the two
ricochet
rockets.
there. That was actually a
That was
ricochet on the...
good play.
Oh, that was beautiful to see that Panzer IV getting away with it and all this type of stuff.
This P4 is on a suicide mission right now, trying to take out their Gary or something, and they just took out another vehicle on point.
Another
that was
vehicle
an
on point.
AT
There
gun.
is some, looks like rockets being fired straight in. Oh, the Panzer IV somehow just surviving that last rocket there as well. This is a huge
And it's getting
push.
taken out by a 75 or 76. It is a 76 taking out the P4.
It is a 76 taking that out. There we go. That'll explain what happened to the P6 to the 76 earlier. So that's 2 76s lost from CF as well as a medium Sherman. It looks like Easy has lost a Lux and 2 Panzer IVs. However, CF is still holding on to Eastern. They've lost the tree line by the look of it. Cheap Squad has gone ahead and retaken that tree line, which is a lot of map control, as Puck went and said earlier. It looks like Easy hasn't been able to push straight into Eastern yet, but of course they're doing a great job of just being able to put pressure on there, trying to cut behind CF and just try and do some decent damage, setting up CF to just not know what to do. Joe, what do you think about this so far? Is there anywhere you want to go check out?
If you could you go right down into the fight so we can have a better look?
Gonna go and have a closer look at what's going on here? Go and see like lines of view and all this type of stuff?
Yeah. And also, what kind of tactics are being used on both teams here?
Right now, CF is trying to hold their flank, the tree lines to the southwest of Eastern, and, Easy is trying to just get on point, get inside cap weight, because it looks like Easy is, if they take out their Gary on point, CF is gonna have a really big problem, but their Gary is still up behind a rock. It's an interesting Gary placement, because, it can kind of be seen from the trees to the west. So if Easy is able to get a nice rocket on that Gary, that's going to be a very big problem for CF. And if they're able to get up a new Gary, that's going to be great.
These are some huge shells by both CF and Easy artillery. Sorry, I just wanted to mention that. Seeing some massive work for artillery working right now.
It definitely looks as if you're on my side anyway, and CF are doing a good job of defending.
They're doing a brilliant job of defending. Easy is struggling right now. They're unable to push up actually from dugout. It looks like they've only left a few guys there to just try and hold dugout. The majority of them seem to be flanking. This could go against CF, and this could work in CF's favor. There we go. We got a little push from Easy.
It does look like there's a very big push coming in from the west of Eastern, and if they are able to push into the trees and get up a Gary in those trees, that's going to be a very hard thing to deal with for CF. But it does look like their only SL in that push got taken out, so that he's going to have to respawn and go back. Oh no, Pisces is still alive. So there's still a chance of this push living and making it into the trees. Easy does have a Gary, no, I think it's just 2 OPs very close to the north of Eastern. So if those OPs are not dealt with soon, that's going to be a very big problem, because they're probably trying to set up a Gary or something along those lines in this area so that they can have a bigger push coming in from the north of Eastern. And it does...
Is that a Panther? Oh, sorry, I just noticed. It looks like there's a Panther actually moving in from Axe's side. Let's see if I can try to get some eyes on that Panther. There we go. So we got eyes on the Panther. He's got some huge vision over Eastern right now. I don't know if you can see this. Oh! A huge bombing run coming in from what I'm guessing is Easy. Joe, what do you think about this?
Yep. That is an easy bombing run. Does it take out their Gary?
Yeah, that Panther definitely has good vision up there, man. You can see everything from there pretty much. He just has to be careful in case someone gets up behind him. And...
Easy did take down a Gary with that bombing run, so if CF isn't able to put down a Gary, that's going to be a very big problem. But they do have multiple SLs still alive, so it's still possible that they can hold this point after that bombing run.
So I think this is what Puck was talking about earlier. If Easy or CF is able to hold this tree line, it's a huge advantage. Because, of course, as you can see, they are able to flank the hell out of Eastern right now. And it is just a massive change of what was going on, considering how well CF was holding that point. It looks like CF's actually got a tank, another tank up as well. I don't know what tank that is. It might be a Sherman? No, it's a light. This is an M5 Stuart.
let's take a look at the map when you get a chance. 'Cause,
Yep, so-
right now, CF only has one guy, and he's not even an SL running to dugout. And everyone else is at Eastern or to its west. They really don't have any map control in the red, and it looks like Easy is just pushing them back.
They are. Easy's doing a massive job right now from pushing into, pushing around, flanking Eastern like there is no tomorrow. Obviously, there's a flare down as well, which is doing a brilliant job, just showing exactly what they're looking for inside this huge amount of forestry. Easy's making a massive play with all of these garrisons. Obviously, they've got them in very defensive positions, but also very offensive positions and everything. It looks like Easy's actually got 2 heavies. I'm guessing that's a Panther and a Tiger. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like Spooby, Zoomer, and Duxors coming around the flank of Eastern. So they're coming around each side of Eastern, just trying to do as much work as they can.
How is the munitions and manpower and fuel looking on that side? Because CF is very low on munitions. They have 84 munitions, 240 manpower, and only 120 fuel. They actually had to bring out a light tank and a recon tank. So, and that recon tank is actually dead, so they're gonna not have 2 tanks up. They only have 1, and they're not gonna be able to spawn in another.
I don't know if you can notice this, but there's actually a CF supply truck flanking heavily around the outside of Easy. It doesn't look like Easy has noticed it. They have got a Panther moving through the tree line, but it looks like CF might be looking at trying to make a play soon. And I'm not entirely too sure on what the munitions, fuel, and everything is like, but of course, by the looks of it, I'm guessing it's very well, because of course, there's no problem with what they're doing. By the looks of it, Easy is not struggling at all here. They're unable to put a lot of pressure on Eastern, but they are still doing as much work as they can, just trying to put any pressure onto Eastern right now. Looks like they've got a Panther actually moving up into Eastern. Let's go see if we can get some better view on this Panther.
It does look like Easy has spotted that supply truck, and they did land a few MG shots on it, so it is hurting. But it does look like they're about to set up a Gary, and no one is nearby to contest that Gary. So if Cobra is able to get a pretty big push going into Western, that's gonna be huge.
So just gonna be watching. I don't know if you can see this as well, Puck, but we're just watching this little this Panther holding this point right inside. It looks like he's gonna be putting the majority of pressure in against CF. They just unable to take him out. He's got such a good position here that it looks like CF can't do anything about him.
Yeah, it looks like he is supported by a bunch of infantry, so that's going to be a really big problem from CF. The only real thing they can do is precision it or hit it with the tank, and they don't have a tank. They have a heavy tank actually coming out of right HQ. Let's go see what tank that is.
So there we go.
They
Looks
have
like Easy's
another
trying to push up now.
76.
Another 76? Well, that might be able to make a big difference against this. But by the looks of it, Easy's actually going for a push now. They've gotten into some of the area with CF pushing up as much as they can. Looks like Trip here doing a massive amount of work alongside Leonidas, Brinja, Jay Guz, and Dox. These guys are doing a huge amount of pushing. Looks like they are just trying to just put as much force as they can in. This is a huge amount of work from this Panther. Obviously, the artillery from CF looks like it's lacking a bit. They seem to be hitting the exact same spot. Whereas Easy's artillery is actually making a decent job.
And Easy is actually starting to cap Eastern, which is going to be a very big take because CF only has 2 Garys up outside of the cap zone. So when Easy caps this point, they're only going to have 2 left.
So it looks like that is it.
Left.
CF is knocked out of Eastern. Oh, Yep, CF is completely knocked out of Eastern. This will be a loss of Eastern and another huge win for Easy. However, will CF be able to bring this back? They were doing such a good job of defending it earlier. It's just they lost that tree line, as Puck went and said earlier. And of course, that's changed the entire game.
What does that mean exactly for CF?
It does look like there's a push, a counter push coming in from that only Gary they have up in the area. And if they're able to clear out Easy, that's going to be very hard to do, but it's capable. They're capable of doing it. There's still 5 people on that push, and a tank supporting them from their back. That just took out the German tank.
Is that the Panther gone? Let's go check up on it. Looks
Yeah,
like that was the Panther is gone.
Yeah, Panther is destroyed. That's going to be a good play from CF.
They've got
But
that.
it does look like
Sorry?
It does look like Easy is going to be able to hold Eastern, and they are about to cap.
There you go. There is another point for Easy. Looks like CF is trying to push in, but they've lost a lot of their command posts and, of course, their outposts as well. It's completely gone. There you go. There's the next big win for Easy. CF is just unable to retaliate right now. By the looks of it, what they got to try do is the next time Easy tries to push, it looks like they're going to have to just try and counter push straight into Eastern and just try and use that advantage. But of course, this is the question. And what do you two think? Does CF go on a heavy defensive spree where they set up nice to defend the next point of Forest Outskirts? Or do they go ahead and try and be offensive towards Eastern?
Joey, what do you think?
I think they have no choice, but they're gonna have to push forward and try and take Eastern. Otherwise, they're pretty much fucked.
Now, what CF could do is they could just set up on Forest Outskirts and just defend that while they send a few squad leads to go try to set up flanking areas. But with the map control right now, I don't think that's really going to be possible. I think Easy is about a 5-0 them probably in the next 30 minutes. Because it being the last point, you can just have all of your team on it, and it's going to be a really hard push, but
I'm not gonna lie. So one thing that I can see, one thing I have noticed is it looks like Easy's artillery is spot on. Obviously, we got a nice little push going through the forestry now towards CF's point of Forest Outskirts. And of course, I'm just watching this tiny little side. It looks like Easy has taken out the command outpost with the artillery. The artillery showing its colors, doing a huge amount of damage. That is CF completely knocked off from this side. I don't know if this is a live. No, it is a dead 76 tank. CF is just falling hard here. They cannot defend.
Joey, what did you have to say earlier?
Well, I was saying if CF have pretty much run out of fuel nodes or fuel and everything else, doesn't that give them a massive disadvantage?
Yeah, they are still very lacking on all the munitions, manpower, and fuel. So that's going to be a very big thing that Easy is going to be able to take advantage of.
So it's going to be hard for them to push Eastern now without any armored support.
Yeah, it's gonna be very hard. They do have another, probably a 76 or 75 rolling up. It does look like they have another 76 rolling out of right HQ to try to help defend Forest Outskirts.
Do you reckon that's a defend or is that a push? Because of course, oh no, it's retreating now. Easy is pushing up hard from that eastern point. And it looks like once they get up to that tree line there, they're going to have a huge advantage to pushing into Forest Outskirts. What do you reckon CF are trying to do to counter this and everything?
Right now they're just trying to not let Easy into the forest and probably trying to get a little flank going on. But as we've seen, Easy is just able to take care of their flanks every single time they try to do it. And that's leading to no map control for CF, but massive map control for Easy. And that's what these games really come down to, is just if you're able to hold areas of attack and where you want to set up Garys, it's going to be huge. But it does look like CF just got a flare up to their in the G8 and F8 area, so they know where that push is coming from, and it does look like they're gonna try to take care of it.
Now, obviously, visibility here is very difficult. Looking in this tree line and everything, this is from CF's view towards this. They're doing a brilliant job of being able to try and hold this, using this tree line and everything to their advantage to try and just hold Easy back. But Easy is just pushing, and they're actually very well spread out.
Yeah, CF does have a very good line that Easy is not able to penetrate.
So it looks like it's a squad is about to go and take out one of CF's garrisons. Let's see if he actually manages to pull this off.
It's Sasquatch is sitting on the Gary, taking it down as we speak, and that Gary is down. That is going to be a massive win for Easy, because that means they are able to push into those trees a lot easier.
There you go. Sorry, I messed that up. It's a Sasquatch. That's the name. But a huge move from them there. And of course, that is a massive win. Cobra is obviously going to be feeling the heat right now. Looks like they're actually very split up. It kind of looks like Easy's gotten a wedge between them. Joe, what do you think about this? Are you seeing the same thing as me? It looks like CF's kind of split in two groups here.
I see it now. You have to excuse me. I was looking at the chat for a second.
No worries, no worries.
If Easy is able to put a hole in Cobra and take advantage of it and push south and get behind them, that's going to be a very hard thing to deal with for CF. But it does look like CF knows of Sasquatch's position and they're enclosing on him. Does look like he's about to be taken out by, I don't know how to pronounce that name, Z Marlowe, something like that.
Nicotina?
But he's not looking in the right direction.
There you go. They're pushing up. They're trying to do as much work as they can. But it looks like Easy has completely split them off from each other. Looks like there's, what, 2 squads in Forest holding it. It looks like... Oh! Pisces pushing around behind all of CF right now.
It's going to be a very big OP when he gets one down, because that's going to be able to take out all of CF's western front.
And it looks like CF has completely not noticed him. Pisces doing a massive amount of work. I'm not gonna lie, but from what I've seen so far tonight, even though some of the Baker squad boys like Devilish, Appleseed, Brinjar have been doing some massive work, I'm sorry, but the MVP so far tonight, to me, looks like it's got to be Pisces. Doing some massive flanking maneuvers, pushing out heavily, and of course, just moving around as much as he can.
Does Pisces have an OP down in his area?
Let's have a look.
Oh, he just set one down. He just set one down. He's gonna be getting... Hopefully he fills up his squad, because it looks like the rest of Easy is doing pretty good holding that tree line.
And believe it or not,
slowly encroaching on forest outskirts.
I didn't notice this before, but there's actually 100 supplies left in G10. Pisces might even try and look about getting a outpost down. Sasquatch spawning on Pisces as well. Of course, Cobra has no idea that this is happening.
None of Cobra's Garys or OPs are even lighting up, so they are completely unaware of Pisces' position right now. Yeah, everyone is looking to the main front that's pushing into the tree lines.
I'm gonna go ahead and get some human level views from Forest just to see what these what CF must be seeing from their point of view. As you can see, this is what CF is going to be noticing here, and of course, it is very difficult to be able to see between all these trees and all this type of stuff. It is some massive movements and everything that Easy's making to try and just hold them all back. Once again, Easy's artillery doing a huge job, and the machine gun fire from Easy just cutting off as many CF members as they can. Let's get some updates from CF, Puck. What do you think they're doing really well? I've been a little bit biased about all of this, so let's hear some stuff about CF.
CF does still, they are still maintaining that line, but a squad of Easy members is pushing straight into forest outskirts, and Pisces is still behind them, and that's going to be a very big problem if CF is not able to take him out soon. They still don't know about his location. Pisces is choosing a really good path away from all their OPs, so they're not going to know that he's back here until it's probably too late. And it does look like the rest of Pisces' squad has spawned in, and they're going to start flanking. And actually, yeah, there's a tank here, commanded by Make Dead, my bad. And he might be able to take out Pisces' squad fairly easy, because Sasquatch just wasted a rocket hitting it from the front, and it ricocheted.
Oh, I don't know what just happened there, but it looked like there was a huge shot onto Easy's Panther again. I don't know if that's CF trying to, like, hit that. What's this over here? Looks like there's another Panther. This Panther's going to be trying to repair as much as it can. Don't know what happened to it. There you go. Spooby jumping out to try and repair it as much as he can. Obviously repairs for a tanker and everything. Being someone who pays a lot of attention to tanks and all this type of stuff, it takes a while to go ahead and repair those tanks. It's always difficult trying to get yourself spots where you can properly defend it.
It does look like Easy did set up a Gary behind CF's line, so that's going to be a very, very big problem, because it looks like Easy is surrounding the point, and they're probably going to start trying to push super aggressive, trying to clear it out and get on it.
Alright.
They still do have a Gary up in in Forest outskirts. So they do still have a chance of holding this for the next 45 minutes, but that's going to be hard to do. Because Brinjar is making a push straight onto the Gary on Forest, and he might be able to take it out. The enemy has started capping Forest outskirts. Easy might be taking a win very shortly. Their Gary is locked on Forest, so if the people on it are not able to take it out, it's gonna be a very big problem. But it does look like CF takes down Brinjar and Black Sky, and they get another spawn wave off. So it's gonna be a good defense from CF right here.
It looks like Brinchard tried to take it over. Ocean's pushing in. It looks like there's a massive amount of movement from Easy trying to push in. But what Easy doesn't realize is CF has actually got a little squad coming in behind them.
They must have a Gary over here, or maybe an OP.
I think they have an OP down there.
No, it's a Gary. They have a Gary over here. If Easy isn't able to take that out, that could completely ruin their wraparound right now.
There you go. Cheap's just been taken out. It looks like Aussie, Wolf, J Guz, Forbes, they don't realize that there's an entire squad coming in behind them from CF. There's also a tank that looks like it's moving in. It's taking a little bit of damage, but of course we've also got a Panther moving in. I'm going to try and get some closer view of this, because it's a Panther versus what looks like a Sherman. That Sherman has noticed the Panther, but the Panther hasn't noticed the Sherman. I don't know what's going on here. There you go. You got Ozzy trying to hit that Sherman, and Cooper trying to get up on that. Let's see if we can get closer. He got a satchel. He got the satchel. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Let's watch this make fireworks.
There you go. Appleseed doesn't know about the satchel. Oh no, there you go!
There goes Appleseed and the medium tank. He also took out a transport truck as well with that satchel. That's going to be a very huge satchel from Cooper.
Unfortunate from... There you go. Easy's taking Forest. It looks like this is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Unless CF can retake this point, this is it.
They have an airhead landing. Easy has an airhead landing on Forest outskirts, and that's going to be game.
That looks like it's it.
Yeah, I don't think CF is going to be able to retake it. What were you saying, Joe?
I was just saying that was quicker than we expected, to be honest.
A lot quicker. Easy just made some huge moves, and of course, as Puck went and said about taking that tree line earlier, that was some huge map advantage and everything. And as you can see, it was a massive play. Of course, CF has got a squad spawning in behind Easy, but of course, isn't going to make any difference.
Coming to it. And a bombing run taking out a large force of that, but it is too little too late. That is game. Easy with the 5-0 win. GG from TF
There you go.
and GG from Easy.
Wow.
That was huge stuff. Let's go through and have a look-see. So it looks like you got Able Squad coming in with the best combat effectiveness, Baker Squad with the best defensive effectiveness, Charlie with the best offense, and of course, what looks like Dog Squad for the best support effectiveness. But do not get it wrong, these guys played absolutely amazing. And of course, from CF's side, it looks like you had item... Oh, I'm unable to see anything. One sec. Sorry, guys.
We'll be right back. Are we gonna try to get a interview with the commanders, or is
Hey, if you want to try and do it, go ahead and shoot Hound a message. See if we can actually try and get that in. There we go. So once again, we had Item Squad on CF's side, best squad for offensive effectiveness and support, and it looks like Negat Squad best for combat effectiveness and defensive effectiveness. Both massive plays by both teams. Joe, what did you think about that?
I thought the Easy Boys made us proud. It was too easy for them.
It was too easy. It's easy being cheesy. But my
it's in our
goodness.
name.
Both teams played absolutely incredible, I think. Yeah.
So, what are 3 moments that you two can remember from that made the biggest difference and the biggest change in this all?
I would say... Go ahead.
Zed Blacksky, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but at the start of the game, those rockets done the trick. That was amazing, dude. So hats off to you.
Yeah, that pretty much set the first push on Easy's favor, because that took out a whole truck, and that just led them to be able to steamroll afterwards. Another very big play was Cheap Squad getting control of that the buildings south of Southern Edge, because that allowed them to get a Gary down, which allowed them to take that tree line, take Eastern, and then use that map control to enclose on Forest, and eventually winning the game with a 5-0 victory.
Let's go ahead and restart my camera. Chuck this back up. There we go, guys. That was a brilliant game. Sorry about that. I was actually at the match when it restarted and all this type of stuff. But yeah, see, I think so. Some of the best moments that I noticed from that were the fact that, as Puck went and said earlier, and Joe went and questioned about it, why was that tree line so important? And
because, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
after you.
That tree line is like one of the most important places to hold when you're fighting on the eastern side of the map, just because the areas of attack that you can go to, and it's a very hard to retake after it's lost, because there's fields on every side of it, but you can clear out the people looking at it and then push out of it fairly easy. And also, it just leads right into Eastern, and that is a very, very crucial part of holding Eastern and Southern Edge, is holding that tree line, just because it is right in the middle of everything, and it leads straight into 2 points pretty much. So
that was fundamental then for them.
Yes, that there was definitely some calls in the command chat saying that we need control of that tree line.
Yeah.
For the victory.
it's crazy to think how much of a difference just one simple tree line made, though. And considering that Easy had what? It was 3 guys? If I remember correctly, it was it Pisces, Cheap?
B. Ryan, Vandal, I'm pretty sure.
It was, it was Cheap, B. Ryan, and Vandal, and they were holding that point alone. They were doing such a good job holding that point.
Until they got the Gary down that they were able to spawn the rest of the team on and push out of it. Yeah, they did a very good job holding that. And shout out to Bravo Squad, because that's all.
Sorry, guys. We've had a little bit of a mistake here. I don't know what happened there, but I completely lost connection. 1 second. There we go. Let's bring this back up. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what just happened.
Shout out to Bravo Squad holding that tree line, because every member that you shouted out were part of Bravo.
Well, there you go
That
for holding that
they were
tree line.
holding that tree line. Yeah.
Doing such a big job there. And of course, one thing that I did notice, I didn't get to, I feel a little bit bad. I was a little bit biased towards Easy. And CF was doing a massive job on their defensive line of Forest. No, it wasn't Forest, it was Eastern. Their defensive hold on Eastern. I think the main problem there for CF was the fact that they didn't push fast enough onto Barn. Which I remember, Puck, you went and mentioned about that. Right at the beginning, there was no one to go ahead and even put any pressure on Barn. And then yep.
They were not able to really get the map control to even apply pressure. Easy was just pushing them out, and they weren't able to do anything about it.
And then, of course, like, CF was doing a great job holding that point, but as soon as Easy noticed that they were weak on their flanks, that was it. There was nothing that they could do about it. There was just nothing.
He done a really good job of getting behind their lines and putting OPs down. I think that pretty much won us the game, in my opinion.
It was I don't know who to like congratulate more on that, because there was some amazing moves from so many members of Easy. Just catching up with the stream now, trying to see where the stream is, so they don't realize what's going on and everything. By the looks of it, they're still at the point where they're just about trying to push into Eastern. There, it is crazy stuff, absolutely beautiful stuff. I can't get over it. So currently on where the stream is, it's showing. I'm gonna go bring up the stream actually, just to go ahead and show everybody what's going on with all of that.
Is that Toxic joining?
It is.
Yes. So how, from your perspective, how do you think that game went? What is your point of view?
I think it went outstandingly well. We were probably a bit more cautious than was necessary. I would have liked to have seen like a little bit more aggression, but I mean, we took our time. We made sure we were set up. We made sure we had our AT guns. We made sure we had our Garys. And then once we knew we had map control, we then continued to just grind away at them and push them out. There was a little bit of a stall, I think, after we capped dugout, but we quickly gained momentum and then just went straight from second point to last, or fourth point to last point.
I will say during that stall, you guys cleared them out from anywhere around dugout, so you guys did a very good job on that.
Oh yeah.
So I would just say it came down to map control, which you guys definitely had the entire game.
So Toxic, I have to go and congratulate you on this. There was a tree line that me, Puck, and Joe were talking about, and of course this is a brilliant thing about Puck went and mentioned how useful this tree line was. Joe went and asked why and all this, and Puck went and mentioned about how as soon as he went and said, like, if they lose that tree line, CF's going to be able to have a huge map advantage. You guys, so Cheap, B Ryan, and Vandal went and held it so well, and once they got that outpost down, you guys were able to really factor in on that. I think that was about that stall you were going on about, because CF was doing an amazing job holding Eastern, and of course they were just holding it so well. They used brilliant use of like their 76s and everything, but your guys' tanks, everything, doing amazing jobs.
Yeah, our armor did really good that round. I only spawned maybe 3 or 4 tanks, I think, the entire game, which it's pretty good.
Yeah, it was insane how you guys were playing it. Whose call was it? Right at the just after that lull, just before that that stall actually. Whose call was it for the Panzer IV to go around behind Eastern to actually go and try and cause a little bit of chaos and everything for CF?
I believe Ducksauce took that upon himself, as far as I'm aware. But I did see. I didn't talk to him about it, but I did see it on the map as it happened, and just thought to myself, "Oh, well, good."
So we were watching it happen, and it was such a huge move. Obviously, it was a little bit of a suicide push, but he was able to cause so much disarray and everything that CF, they really couldn't do anything about it.
I think he managed to take a Gary down as well, did he not?
He did, yes. I think that was a Garrison, and he was just able to take on so many of the CF members.
Yeah, the tanks did a phenomenal job as usual, doing what they do. Also, I want to give a shout out to Sasquatch. He was able to rocket snipe a couple of their Garys based off of where we assumed their Garys would be, and he blind fired rockets at them, and he nailed a couple Garys.
Oh, that's huge.
That's all.
Also, there was one point where Sasquatch took out the main Gary that they were using to hold that tree line to the west of Forest Outskirts. Sasquatch was able to punch right through him and take out that Gary, which really led to you guys taking control of those trees, which eventually led to the 5-0.
And then also want to give a shout out to Pisces for helping out. Before we even made any cap progress on Eastern, I dropped 2 supply drops behind the last point, and he flanked like all the way around the map in a transport truck, got 2 Garys up behind the last point, and then we just completely surrounded them.
Yeah, we noticed that. He done a brilliant job of flanking up there, man, and getting his Garys down.
Because I went and mentioned about that. So whilst Pisces, we didn't even notice Pisces doing it or anything like that. And of course, all of a sudden, I can't remember. Can you guys remember when we noticed Pisces and how far back but behind he had pushed?
He was already just north of their mid HQ, so he was already like almost where he set up his OP, which led to him being able to get the rest of his squad in, and then he was able to go over and set up a Gary.
It was
So
just.
we noticed.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, after you.
No, go ahead.
It was just insane the fact that Pisces was moving up so fast, right behind the enemy lines and everything. He had taken the correct movements and everything to be able to do it, and just it was beautiful to see the way that he did it. I genuinely cannot fault him for what he did, because the way he moved, it was just far enough out that he didn't get noticed by CF, but just close enough that he was able to put down an OP just in case anything happened, move in and get those supplies that Toxic had gone and laid down. And as soon as he did it, we were just like, right, that's it.
Yeah,
so by that point, we had kind of the whole point surrounded with 4 garrisons, and I then had a squad deploy at each garrison and just push from every direction. We identified where their garrison was, took out the Gary, took control of, started capping the point. They were no longer able to spawn at their bottom right HQ, and then I just started blindly dropping bombing runs and strafing runs into the woods from the direction I knew they'd be running from.
Yeah. Also, the coordination with the squad leaders and the artillery men was on point. I mean, the artillery was taking out OPs, infantry left, right, and center, dude, and that was awesome.
Yeah, and this format that we played, I believe is going to be the format that's being discussed to be played in the upcoming American Premier League or APL in July. Normally in most comp matches, there's a lot of energy and time that gets put into building RD defenses and figuring out ways to take out the enemy's RD, either by sniping it with a tank from across the map or with AT rockets or what have you. With this format, the idea is you only get one RD player, no reloader, no other guns, just one single dude, but he's not allowed to be killed by anybody. So each team just gets a single RD guy who you can't do anything about it. And I kind of actually prefer this style over the traditional style that's super heavy into using and defeating RD.
That makes it even more impressive with the time to get into the gunner's seat to the reloader's seat and still be that accurate. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
that was Kez, and he did a great job as well.
Oh, absolutely amazing job. Multiple times there, we went and well, I know I definitely was paying attention to the artillery that you guys had, because it was fire, move, adjust slightly, and fire again, and it was always key parts. Whereas CF was kind of a little bit behind with their artillery and everything. Sometimes firing in the exact same spot, hitting the exact same place, barely adjusting. And it looked like they just didn't have the comms there to be able to try and counter easy at all. So
Yeah, I did get, I think, nailed by their Artie maybe once or twice, but it didn't seem to be as detrimental as other games, and it seemed to me like there was really good communication between our SLs and Kez on Artie. They made really good use of placing down Artie markers where they wanted Artie to be fired on, calling for smoke if needed, pinpointing where spawn locations were for him to either pin down the spawn or potentially just kind of use Artie as a barrier, if you will, to prevent them from moving through a certain area, forcing them to spread out towards other less advantaged paths of attack.
So, question, Toxic. Genuine question. Who do you think is the Who do you think is your VIP of this match? And of course, I'll let you think about that. I'll go and ask Joe and Puck first. Who do you two think is the VIP of this match?
It's hard to say because there were a lot of people who had really good plays.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go with Zed Blasky. So, again, apologize if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. But at the beginning of the match, those rockets were on point, man. That opened everything up.
That was such a good move. And of course, yeah, no, he hit both trucks, didn't he? Carrying all the carrying CF members and everything. He was right there, right at the front, and he got those 2 rockets off. Beautiful shots, doing so much damage to them. See, I'm kind of caught between Cheap and Pisces, because if Cheap and his squad had not held that tree line the way they did, I think that this game would have been a completely different result.
It does look like Toxic just lost power. So
yeah, my power just went out, so now I'm on my cell phone. If you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Welcome back.
Yeah, as soon as you asked me that question, the power just went out in my living room. So I guess it's better that it went out now than during the game.
Hey, but yeah, no.
But anyway, to answer the question about if there was a VIP of the match, I wouldn't be able to pinpoint anybody specifically. Everyone had a specific role and a job and something that they were assigned to and tasked to. And I think everybody did it perfectly. And without one of those moving pieces, the whole machine would have fallen apart. So the whole team, just as a whole, did everything exactly the way they were supposed to.
It was. Sorry.
Go ahead. I agree with that. It's really hard to pinpoint one guy that made a very big difference, but they all did a very good job on the easy side.
Absolutely. It's just from what there was so many different points. I didn't know where to look. Obviously, I was meant to be looking at the main fight and all this type of stuff. I remember when you guys were fighting over Eastern. I was trying to get little views and everything of what's going on inside Eastern, watching you guys push up against CF. And Easy just very quickly pushing up. CF just all of a sudden just disappeared within seconds. It was beautiful to watch. But then at the exact same time, there's all this stuff going on with the flanks and everything. I think CF was probably, I can't say that they were too slow to defend, but at the exact same time, I think they were a little bit too eager to defend Forest, where that's why Easton was taken out so quickly. I can't fault Easy at all. You guys worked well. You noticed what was going on. You had brilliant map presence and everything, flanking at the correct times, making the correct moves. By the looks of it, you guys didn't have any problems with your munitions either.
I had so many resources in all 3 categories because our tanks weren't dying, so I had a bunch of fuel. I even spawned a half track at one point, which is something I don't normally use. I had I kept using Encourage to the point where I had over 1,000 of everything. So I stopped using Encourage. I stopped using my manpower. And then munitions, again, I didn't want to, since bombing runs have a 10-minute cooldown, I didn't want to just, waste them. But at the same time, they weren't even really necessary because our guys were just, marching through. So yeah, we had a lot of resources, more than I normally did.
Spoiled for choice and everything. By the way, it was just before the ending there, but your bombing run actually did so much damage there. Puck, do you remember that bombing run? Right
Yeah,
at the end?
It took out like their only spawn wave, or most of their spawn wave from that Gary that was still up. And then they just, at that point, it was too late for them to even try to retake. So that bombing run, I don't think that bombing run changed the course of the game, but it did definitely make it so that CF couldn't do anything.
I think that was the
just
cherry
added
on
insult
top.
to injury.
Yep, no, exactly. That was the cherry on top for, right, they are losing this because they actually, by the looks of it, they had some type of force coming in behind you guys. And it would have looked like, it would have given you guys a little bit of trouble being able to defend from that, but at the exact same time, it was too little. It was too much too late. Oh, beautiful stuff. I'm actually so grateful I got to watch that. It was such a beautiful way watching Easy. I'm not going to lie, you guys can definitely tell that I genuinely think you guys deserve higher leagues because the way that you guys reacted, moved forward, and just worked together, beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a constant quest for improvement. We're definitely a different team today than we were a year ago, and I just hope that we're that much different of a team 1 year from now than we are today. So it's just a constant quest for improvement. There's no real ceiling to how good we can get. So we're just every game is another step on the ladder of just trying to get better.
Joe, do you have any questions or anything for either Toxic or Puck? Because, of course, Puck usually takes part in these types of events and everything. Do you have any questions for them about what happened, what you saw, or anything like that?
Was this the first time that Easy and CF have came face to face?
Yes. The first time that we've faced each other one-on-one. We have had matches in the past where we've both participated in Friday Night Fights, which is a weekly event where multiple clans get together and either team up and face off. And sometimes you'll have multiple clans on one team going against multiple clans on one team. But as far as a game where it's just Easy versus just CF, yes, this is the first one.
And so what do you think, or what were you thinking coming into the match? Did you expect it to be, I don't want to sound bad or biased, whatever, but do you think it was easier than you expected?
Well, what I tell my guys every single match is to, no matter who the opponents are, whether we've faced them before or whether we haven't, whatever we've heard about them or have not heard about them, I tell my guys to go into every single match just with the mentality and mindset that this could be the toughest enemy you've ever faced. Treat it as if you're going against the top team in the world. Don't underestimate your opponent ever for a moment, and just always go into every match expecting it to be a complete grind and fight for every inch. Never go into a match expecting it to be easy. And that way, if you always expect every match to be the hardest match that you've ever had, it just makes it that much better when it's easier, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand that. It's understandable.
Yeah. Sorry, after
you. Do you know what raffle that Hound is talking about?
Right. So, I better bring up this raffle and everything. Sorry, I'm still watching. As you guys can see, I've got it. I'm sharing it again. Just sharing over like what's left of the game. It was such a quick game. But there is actually a big raffle going on at the moment. With Easy, and it's for Easy members and everything. Obviously, anybody can join who are watching the stream or anything like this. But it's actually a big raffle for Escape from Tarkov, Edge of Darkness edition. This is a huge giveaway, just giving away this game for free to any one of the guys. However, it's only got 5 days left until the raffle is selected. So, of course, if anybody is interested in it, any of you three as well, if you guys want to go and give Escape from Tarkov a go, there you go. Edge of Darkness Edition, completely free. All you got to do is just be an easy member, do your BCT, and then, of course, sign up for it. By the way, just to give you guys an idea, that's $140 worth of game, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tarkov's a pretty expensive game.
And that's not
EOD.
just Tarkov. That's EOD edition. So with EOD edition, you get a bigger stash size. So your stash is already fully upgraded. You get a whole load of more ammunition, and of course, I think it's a few more guns. It is absolutely amazing game, and of course, it's all for free. So yeah, if anybody wants to go ahead and try out for that, there is an option there for it. Other way, Toxic, is there anything else you want to go and mention about with what happened or anything like that? Anything that you think, what is something that you reckon you could work better on for the next time?
Maybe just a little bit more aggression. Also better use of smokes, especially in wide open maps like that, like how FOY is. We could probably use concealment a little bit better, either smoke from RD or just using smoke grenades in general. But other than that, though, I mean, it went pretty much the way that I want it to go. I mean, I can't really think of anything that would have been better other than winning quicker, I guess.
I think literally the only time when you guys weren't making a huge advancement was right at the beginning of that lull. There was literally
pretty much. I think we just wanted to make sure that we had the proper map control, and then once we realized that there wasn't anything really behind us or any crazy flank coming in, once we kind of realized that we did have map control, then we started to just increase the pressure incrementally. Because I mean, the amount of time it took us to go from dugout to Eastern, by the time we went from Eastern to Forest, I think we like halved that time or even more.
It was a beautiful push, absolutely amazing push. Oh, there's a good question. Did you know about the airhead that actually had been dropped behind you guys? Because Puck just brought this to my attention when it happened. This is right, probably just before you guys actually pushed for Eastern. But there was an airhead that actually popped. And I believe was it Pisces and someone else that was pushing towards it, Puck?
Dank Nugs and Sith were over watching it, and I'm pretty sure Toxic was actually on an AT gun looking at it.
Yeah. My internet just came back on. Let me switch off my cell phone. Give me one moment.
No worries, bud.
But I don't think Pisces was anywhere near that.
I can't remember. I'm not gonna lie. I've got Pisces on the on the brain.
Yeah, so I actually I recorded my perspective that whole game, and I'm gonna upload that to YouTube sometime later tonight, so you'll be able to see it from my perspective. But yeah, so the airhead got called out. Dink and someone else were pushing towards it. I believe it was me and Vandal that were on an AT gun, and we were shooting at a 75 or a 76. I don't remember which, but we turned the AT gun to the left and saw that it was within view of the AT gun. So I gave the order for my guy not to dismantle it. I told him to let them spawn in, and then we said we had an MG facing it, and we had the AT gun up. They got like the first spawn wave, I think it was a single guy, and I overshot the AT gun, and he got taken out by machine gun fire. And then they tried to move into dismantle it again, and then I again called out, no, don't dismantle the airhead, let them spawn another wave. And so we waited for another spawn wave to come in, and then I blew it up with the AT gun.
That was a beautiful shot. Sorry, just noticed in the just rewatching that that was the satchel that was placed on the Sherman. Apple went and jumped on top of the Sherman and just got taken out by it. It was right at the end. Oh, that was beautiful.
That was funny to watch.
That was such a good satchel, though. Because I noticed someone
It
was
was-
trying.
I'm pretty sure that satchel came from Cooper, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it did. Yeah, I remember that name.
Because I'm just looking at it now, I can see Vandal just behind and everything. Sith's there, Forbes. Yeah, fucking absolutely beautiful. The way I just could not get over that. That was probably the best death I've seen that entire game. Just watching Apple on top of the tank just get blown up. Oh, beautiful game though. Beautiful game. Yeah. That was amazing. Toxic, thank you very much for being an absolutely amazing commander there.
Thank you, and thank you guys for for casting and streaming it. And I also want to give thanks to CF if they're watching or listening for playing with us. They put up a hell of a fight, and we had a lot of fun. And if they ever want to play again, we're always more than down.
Definitely, I would
Sounds
like to see
good to
that
me.
again as well.
Sounds good to me. Because, yeah, no, CF, they've got a good defensive line, but as soon as they get, by the looks of it, they just couldn't react in time. That was probably the only problem. They just didn't, they had a great defense, they just could not react fast enough to even try and counter easy. Beautiful game. Beautiful game.
But it does look like we're not able to get a hold of the commander of CF, so we're not going to be able to do an interview with him, sadly. But I mean, from their side, it was a hard game. But I mean, hey, they messed up at some places, but they still played well.
Yeah, they still put up a fight, a good fight.
I cannot fault anyone. Beautiful game, beautiful map. Your armor, absolutely amazing. Their armor was all right, but it looked like they just had a little bit of bad positioning. In my personal opinion.
That could have been the case, but I mean, at the same time, we have, some pretty experienced tankers, and we also had, like 4 AT guns up in the field, pinging them from every direction, plus, AT players who are capable of, taking out a tank at 200 plus meters. So I expected it to be kind of hard for their armor.
Yeah, at one point they had 8 fuel, and you guys destroyed both of their tanks before they were at 140, I'm pretty sure. But I think they had a 76 already spawned in, so that kind of. But they were struggling on the manpower and the munitions and the fuel very, very badly.
I wonder what happened there with their nodes then.
They had all their nodes the entire game, I'm pretty sure.
The entire game?
Actually, after Pisces put down the second garrison, I believe he did find a set of nodes and dismantle them, but that was already towards the end of it.
Yeah, that was right towards the end. So fair enough. But I'm blown away by the way that you guys played.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a good game and fun to watch.
Loads of fun. Well, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm definitely looking forward to possibly doing this again soon. Actually, really hoping to. But what about you and Joe?
I had a lot of fun. It was good to watch Easy work, and it was good to watch CF try to take advantage of some of their holes, but they just weren't capable of doing it.
I feel the same. I've had a brilliant experience tonight. Watching this live, as I said, my first Hell Let Loose competitive game to watch live. Well, if you want to call it live, even though we're 30 minutes behind. But yeah, it was a really good experience, and I learned quite a lot tonight as well. I was really nervous at the beginning, but I got there.
You got nothing to worry about, bud. One thing I will be honest though is I do talk too much. Way too fucking much. Alright, so I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab myself some ice cubes and everything. Guys, if you want to go ahead and say anything, go ahead and say it. I will be right back.
Yeah, that was a good game to watch. I'm glad I was casting or co-casting for it.
Yeah, me too. And thank you very much to everyone involved for letting me co-cast.
Right, well,
Yeah, and again, thank you guys for doing that for us. it was a really fun game to play, and yeah, can't wait till the next one. I think our next match is going to be on March 19th. It's going to be a full 49 v 49 instead of a 35 v 35. It's going to have full arty rules in play. It's going to be a rematch against one CDO, and it's going to be on Saint Marie du Mans.
I'm excited for that match. The match is going to be interesting to see if we are able to not lose in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
And
previously
again-
we went against one CDO, and we held the middle point for like an hour and 25 minutes or something like that, and then and then the last 5 minutes we lost.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a fun rematch.
So on the 49 v 49s, that if I can remember what you said earlier, put this that means like the artillery and stuff. There's no limits.
Yes.
Depending on what format you play, sometimes for 49 v 49s they do the same one man RD untouchable rule, but for this game coming up, we're gonna have a full RD. We're gonna have a full RD team, and we're gonna have RD defenses, and everything is gonna be in play. Recon, tanks, AT rockets, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, well, that'll be exciting to watch as well.
I can't wait for it. I genuinely can't wait for it. Because, yeah,
All right,
no,
guys,
it was beautiful.
Thanks for having me on here to do the interview. I think I'm gonna hop off and finally get something to eat and watch the stream, watch
Hey.
the rewatch of it.
Sounds good.
Rewatch the watch. Yeah, no, all good, dude. All good. All right. Well, Toxic,
Thanks
thank
for
you very
stopping
much,
in.
dude. Yeah.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Take
You
care.
too, man.
Take it easy, man.
Alrighty then. So I guess we pretty much covered everything. That was actually incredibly short. Coming up at about 1 hour 41 minutes so far. That's mad.
Yeah. It was a steamroll, kind of.
Yeah, no, it's after that immediate lull, because I'm trying to like rethink it all over now. Going in right at the beginning, Easy was so quick. One sec. Let's try and I'm just gonna try and like bring this back just so I can rewatch as like a really quick point, just to try and like catch some of the different points. I'll bring it up on screen and everything. This one right here. There we go. So let's go ahead and push just straight on into it. Where is it? So there you go. This is coming in right at the beginning and everything, and I don't know if can you two both see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't
so
hear it, but
yeah, no, I mean I can turn it
Okay.
up. So of course it's just pretty much just me talking about this type of stuff. Obviously we got the warm up happening, but it looked like Easy was ready to go. You know, they were waiting at those lines. As soon as it happened, I decided to go and turn on like stupid
Oh.
stuff. I was just an idiot. I didn't notice just how fast they had pushed up, because I remember you were telling me about how fast they were pushing up. So of course I'm still at FOY, looking back at B and Toxic and all of this type of stuff. I was a little bit lost. I completely missed what was going on over here, and I don't think I got to barn in time. This is just me looking over my mistakes. There we go. So this from what I can see here, it looked like CF went and set up a command post just out here. This was, of course, one of the trucks that was bringing in the troops and everything. It looked like Easy was just too quick. They were just straight onto the point.
I think with the timings, the access do get on the point a little bit quicker, but I think CF took their time, and that kind of let everyone get set up, and then that led to Zablacksky getting that rocket snipe on that truck, and that kind of was it for Outskirts.
There you go, bringing it around. I just want to see if I can get these rocket shots from Zablacksky again. I think it was. I can't remember exactly.
I'm pretty sure it was. It was the only AT in that area.
Yep, no, it was. And there's the first one. And of course, I completely missed this. I don't know if that was CF artillery or if that was Easy artillery. I don't know what was happening here, but that was the first kill, and I don't think anybody managed to get off of it.
It does look like one guy got out.
But
That
like you
guy.
look at the other truck, and they're all off of that one.
Yeah.
So that's a huge loss right there. Obviously, you got the Sherman and the Stewart coming in as fast as they could, and there went the other one. Just such a quick movement, such a quick movement. Boom, there goes the last truck. It was just too quick. Zablaski just getting rid of all these troops and everything. There you go. You can see the troops that were falling up the back and everything. Easy's just too fast onto dugout. CF just could not do anything about it. What a beautiful move. What about you, Joe? What do you think was the big? What do you think is the strongest point from Easy?
That right there, what you just showed. I know I keep talking about it, but that opened up everything for Easy. Getting those trucks taken out. And then straight up after that, I don't know what kind of tank it was, but I'm pretty sure Easy took a tank out just after this.
It
I know that-
was, I think they took out their medium.
So the
Taken
Sherman
medium,
that was
was
right
it?
by there. Because I remember he
Yeah.
was causing them quite a bit of trouble and everything. But looking at this, you can see that Easy's all over this point. All over dugout. Not having any type of issue or whatever. They're not getting contested. They're taking the point, no problem. And CF, it looked like they had a large group of, a large squad over here. Right towards the
That
back.
must have been the people that got killed on that truck that respawned and they were trying to push back in.
And they're trying to get back in, yeah. But this squad right here was trying to hold it so well. And then this was the tree line that we were on about earlier. This tree line was so important. And it looked like Cobra had actually taken it and pushed up.
Yeah, they had control of that right off the rip, but then Cheap's squad was just able to push him out. And I think he only was able to push him out when he got that Gary down and support from other squads. But that tree line was very heavily fought over, and it led to Easy's victory.
I know you can't see it at the moment, but if you watch the top here, you know how you were just mentioning about how Cheap was holding it? If you watch, you'll actually see machine gun fire coming from that house by there, right where Cheap squad was. Doing a great job of just holding that point.
They probably went there right off the rip and just held it, and they never got wiped out. And if they got wiped out, that would have led Cobra to be able to try to flank, but they just held it.
There you go. There's that
Yeah,
Sherman.
they
Obviously,
held it
Easy had
well.
gone and noticed it. So this is what Joe was mentioning about with this tank being taken out. Obviously, it must have been causing quite a bit of a problem for Easy. I don't know what that was. What was that over there? I'm not entirely sure what went down by there.
I think that was the Sherman that blew up, right?
No, the Sherman's by here. That might have been the Stewart, sorry. I think that was the Stewart. Because there was a light tank that pushed up with the Sherman. That'll explain why it looks like he's looking over that direction and everything. Like, I was paying so much attention here, trying to see what Easy was going to be doing to, like, go ahead and hold all this point. But CF just couldn't do anything. It's just too open land.
Yep. It's a really hard point to take after it's held.
And there was that Lux as well, I believe. There you go. There was a Lux from Easy just being held at there. See, this is something that I liked from CF, is they noticed that they couldn't run back. They had the Sherman right there to be able to try and back them up, so they just tried to hold this point, probably not making enough use out of all the cover and everything, but Easy was just trying to take them out so quickly. Dank Nugs just holding it off as well as he could. There's the Sherman falling back. CF just unable to push. You've got all these guys over here trying to push up, but they're just being held back by Easy.
Bear with me, guys. I'm going to get a drink.
Hey, no worries, mate. No worries. This is just like a slight recap, just over some of the best moments and everything. And then, of course, I think I'll call it there. And the use of flares, brilliantly done. That's a good point. Actually, Puck, obviously you were on CF side and everything. You got to see the amount of flares being used and all of this. What did you think of
Mhm.
it?
I mean, flares are a very big part. If you're playing a recon squad, flares are you kind of have to have flares because it's like a recon plane that you can use every time you spawn in for a certain areas. It's very It's very heavily utilized in competitive play. So it's good to see that they were flaring it, but I mean, still they just weren't able to get the manpower into the point even after those flares.
So what do you think about this? You can see all of CF. Do you think that what would you have said they could do different?
Try to have people use that railroad on the left to try to get onto point. I think if they utilized that, it would have been a little bit of a harder for easy to defend, but I mean they never really used that area.
No, they went into more of a defensive line and everything. Obviously, they had the boys by here that they were trying to. I think they were trying to push. You never see them pushing and everything, but yeah, no, you can see them mostly just holding that line. Obviously, this squad here had pushed through the forestry line by here, and of course, this was a huge part of it, which they did notice. But as you said earlier, Cheap Squad just went and made sure that nobody was getting through it. Beautiful play. All right, so if CF had pushed along that line, because it looks like there's not that many easy boys on dugout, actually.
Yeah, it actually looks like CF started to cap right here. If you look up at the top, they have a little bit of red on the midpoint, so it did look like they were starting to cap. That I don't think we noticed in time.
No, I think that's just finishing off the cap.
Oh, is
Honestly,
it?
I think that is
No.
just finishing off the. Oh no, wait, they did.
Yeah, no.
I
yeah.
didn't notice that. Yeah, so of course Easy goes and caps it. I didn't even notice that.
So what was
After-
that? I just caught the last second. The
Yeah,
last
so we
second.
Puck just noticed that actually once Easy had capped dugouts, if you watch the points and everything, CF actually starts to take it back.
Oh damn! I did not notice that at all.
None of us did. So we were just talking about, and Joe, obviously it's going to get back to that point, and when it gets back to that point, I will go ahead and pause it and ask you the same thing. But yeah, if you watch it, see it's completely taken. And there you go. It starts being retaken by CF.
Wow.
If they were really able to take control of the barn or even that house to the south, I think west of the barn, they would have probably been able to put actually some good pressure on that point. But
There you go.
they never were able to get up to that.
Gonna pause it right there. So that tank, that Sherman was doing a huge amount of work for CF there. Really putting down some hurt and everything on Easy Boys. But this is what I went and asked Puck before we found out that CF was actually retaking it. Is Joe, in this situation, what do you think CF could have done to be able to make it to have fixed what, like losing it so quickly?
It's a good question. I honestly don't know what I would do in that situation, to be honest. I think, well, it's Easy's defense was just better, too good for them, and I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. That tank could have pushed up. They could have flanked a little bit more, and just try to put some more pressure on Easy to take that point, but they didn't. They were either killed or they were retreating pretty much, and again because Easy defense is just on point.
Well, see, this is the thing is I went tonight. This is how we noticed that CF was taking it. Is Easy hasn't actually got a lot of boys on this point. As Puck went and said, if they had taken that railway, they might have been able to get a better push on because there is a lot of them holding back here. I think this is Easton, and of course they just did not push. They did not factor in just making use of this tiny amount that was taking. I'm actually curious as to how far that went.
It kind of seems like they were CF they were panicking in a sense. So they
it
just
was
held-
that spawn
held
wave
back.
that stopped it. That
Yep.
spawn wave of Rinjar and Devilish that stopped that. So they don't have too many more people on the point.
There you go. It was a simple spawn that changed the cap of that point. That just goes to show how important OPs are. Seriously, it just goes to show the importance of OPs. Yeah, there you go. With them right there, it had retaken it.
Let's try to find the clip of Cooper satcheling the tank and Appleseed getting blown up.
Oh, you want to go see that clip? Hold on.
let's
Here
do
we
that
go. It's
again.
coming up here, nice and close. It was such a brilliant little clip. There you go. So obviously, here's the Sherman coming in. Nicotina was actually holding behind it. There's Cooper coming in. Nicotina didn't notice.
Is
There was
just a
that
lack of
rocket.
communication then, Puctus?
It could have been that they just didn't see the guy trying to get the satchel on. And it could have just been down to multiple things, but it is really down to the tankers not seeing the guy put the satchel on and being able to take it off.
Yeah, and I don't think that tank had much infantry support either, did it?
It looks like he has one guy around him surrounded by easy members, so
It does look like it was just a little bit too... Obviously, this Sherman, I personally think if they had stopped right by here and tried to put a little bit of hurt down, that would have made a big difference. Nicotina didn't notice what was going on with Cooper, but this is one thing that I didn't realize, is when I went down to that level and everything, the Sherman could not see the Panther. And the Panther could not see the Sherman. Obviously, if the Panther had pushed up just a little bit more, it wouldn't have been a problem. It would have been able to kill that Sherman. The Sherman, it might have been able to do damage? I can't remember. But yeah, no, the Sherman might have been able to do a little bit of damage, but it was just this little point. Cooper runs up. There you go. Goes and places that satchel. That beautiful part. And Apple just fucking... Apple just goes and jumps straight on top of it, starts shooting at it. 3, 2, 1, boom. Oh, absolutely amazing.
Oh, it didn't even look like the satchel was the one that took it out. The satchel was still on the tank when it blew up.
Wait, no, that's a good point. I did not notice that.
'Cause
It
you
looks
can
like
see
maybe
the
artillery hit
circle.
it. No?
Artillery doesn't destroy tanks. It only destroys the tracks of
Oh,
tanks.
no, there was a shot from this side. That was so
Okay,
fast
so
then.
it was the Panther, but the satchel's still on it. If you
So
can see
that's-
that red circle.
Yeah, let's see if I can turn this, slow this down just a little bit. There you go. You see a shot fired in from here. They start moving and... there it is.
Go
Yeah.
There's just that slight glint right by there that blows it up. There's the satchel. Beautiful stuff.
I think that was a fascinating game. That was a very good watch. Shout out to Zombie for hosting.
No. Nothing from me, boys. Nothing from me. You two were absolutely amazing right there. Right, yeah. No, I guess that's the best bits and everything covered. Hey guys, thank you very much for all the games. If you guys want to do me a favor, go ahead and shout out your Twitches and all this type of stuff. If you guys do YouTube or Twitter or Insta or anything like that, go ahead and shout out as well.
Again, I'm stream on Twitch. My Twitch is puckdis.tv, or wait, twitch.tv/puckdis. Oops. But yeah, I stream a lot of Hell Let Loose. I stream some other games. Actually, tonight I'm playing Project Zomboid and Operation Harsh Doorstop with some friends. So if you guys want to come check that out, feel free. Yeah, that's really it for now.
There you go,
Yeah, I'm the
guys.
same. I just stream on Twitch now and again, and I'm a little bit weird. I play GTA San Andreas online, and my Twitch name is twitch.tv/BigJoe97, Joe with 2 E's.
There we go. Obviously, I went into the shoutouts for it both. Guys, thank you very much to everyone who came in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm actually looking forward to the next one. I can't wait. So will you two both be joining me for the next one, or will they? Will maybe not?
I don't think I will, because I got some business I got to take care of on that one CDO field. Because I was playing in the last one, and we just slipped up right at the end. So I'm gonna not be participating in the cast of next one probably.
All right, all
would
right.
Because I'm gonna be in it. I'm gonna be balls deep in it. So
I'd
I
be
guess
more
this
than
means
happy
it's gonna be me and Joe. Maybe.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm game.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for this, and we'll be able to hear a lot more of Joy's beautiful voice because, of course, I won't be able to speak that much, hopefully, for it. But yeah, beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Either way, guys, thank you
Well-
very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Peace
it was a
out.
blast.
Yeah,
What a
no.
blast, man. Thank you.
Take care, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night, eh?
Yep. See you, man.
You too,
Good
mate.
night.
See you. Good night.
Gonna go turn this up a little bit so I got a little bit of music playing.
We also did get shouted out in the streamers chat. Apparently, we did a 10 out of fucking 10.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm hoping for, dude. Sorry, I was just trying to find someone who was streaming to try and raid out. Sorry, I was just trying to find out if there was anybody streaming so I could try raid out. But it looks like there isn't. What a shame. Alright, well, in that case, I may as well just go ahead and end.